garden with long grass. As you all probably know, long grass contains less sugar than the already grazed part um, of the patch that they are in right now. I'm giving them about 15 minutes each day, and we'll see how that goes. And the plan is eventually to make a track up the hill all the way around, and then that they can graze uphill and run uphill. So every day they get a little bit of extra grazing. And because I grass trained my horses, it's not really hard to get them from this part back to the part, because I have different techniques. First of all, they are grass trained, which means that they know how to leave the grass on cue, how to ignore grass, and how to stop grazing, all on cue. Because what I offer is also equally valuable or even more valuable than grazing. Having said that, you have to understand horses, so here's some horse psychology. When they are deprived of grazing, let's say in spring, after a winter full of snow, where everything was covered, they need their grazing times, and although I try to mimic that with slow feeders on the ground, nothing of course beats the candy store like we offer it in this way. However, we all love candy just as much as horses love lush green sweet spring grass. After a couple of candies, the value goes down. I don't know about you, but if I had my second piece of chocolate cake, I'm like, no thanks, I've had enough. And the value of the chocolate cake changes and goes down temporarily until I haven't had chocolate cake for a long time. Then it's really, really high in value. And the same is for horses. So when you understand that the first 10 to 20 minutes, depending on the horse, the value of the grass is the highest, just let them be. And if your horse is prone to laminitis or has equine metabolic syndrome, you don't have to start this every day. You can do this like only a few times a week. And in cross training, you reinforce them for lifting up their head. But the first 10 minutes, they are like this. Or maybe the first 20 minutes. What I've noticed over time, which is really interesting, Odin is in that part. That part is the most grazed. All the green parts is the parts that they don't like at all. So he's preferring the grazed grass, and I assume, and I hope to hear from one of you if my theory is correct, is that the grazed grass contains more sugar. He's more I suspect him to be metabolic, so that's why I'm really, really careful about putting him on the grass. But I found it interesting that Fionn, who is not metabolic but was overweight last year, he has a grass belly, but you can feel his ribs, and his crest is now soft. He prefers the longer grass, the new part that just opened today in this area. Well, Odin, whose crest is still hard, you can feel his ribs, but I suspect him to be still a 7 instead of a 5 on the scale of 1 to 9 of obesity. his crest is still, yeah, pretty hard. So that's my theory. Anyway, when I want them to take them off the grass, hi, Fionn, then I have several techniques to use. First of all, I taught them a reliable recall, so they respond to their name. They also respond to my voice. And one of the key lessons that I teach is key lesson targeting. Targeting is such a versatile exercise or behavior that you can use, and it's so incredibly versatile. It's one of the foundation behaviors that I teach. And you show them your target, can be your hand target or a target on a stick. And there's such a long positive reinforcement history of targeting. So whenever they see the target or see your special hand gesture, they know it's a target and something good will come. Because I'm not very predictable. Sometimes it's this and sometimes it's that treat. And sometimes there's a variable ratio reward schedule because they know that behavior so well. So they will always want to come and check it out. So that's the power of positive reinforcement. Once you have trained the behavior, you can switch to a variable reinforcement schedule. And you can also reward or reinforce, I have to say, sorry, reinforce behavior with behavior, and you can build change of behavior and all that. So what we have done in the winter is that we did the search game. Yeah. And I scattered big treats like these big pellets. They are called hay savers. I'm in Canada, so if you're in Canada, I don't know if they're available in all Canada. But the hay savers, they really like. Of course, they are way lower value than this. But I also have a special little pellets which are a little bit higher in value. I guess, because you never know, because it can change every day. So I offer a mix of that. Yesterday, Odin came first, and Fionn didn't want to come. So I will have to get something new out of the house. I know they like cucumber. It's probably not very high value, but since he hadn't had cucumber in, I think, a week, it will be new. So what I then can do is I can open the fence over there and we do some searching game so they forget temporarily about the grass, because I offer them something new, something exciting. So they will have to search for their food and they can target and they get my attention. So all the things that I love to have is what I offer them when I want to get them off of the grass. I'll show you in a few minutes what that's like, because I have to get some cucumber. And yeah, every day I do this, and every day it gets easier and easier for them to leave the grass. And the grass training is such a foundational thing about getting them back into their paddock. So that's what I wanted to share with you. If you teach your horse to stop grazing, leave the grass alone with positive reinforcement, you really show your horse that you understand him. And you don't have to go back to yanking the lead rope or threatening with a training stick or whip or whatever you are doing to stop him from grazing. You don't even need a halter. So you have 100% of their consent, and they will show you that they are ready to come with you. And it's how I like to, yeah, have the communication and conversation with my horses. As always, happy horse training. And if you would like to know more about the grass training course, it's an online course. I can send you the link because it's pretty invisible. Well, you can go to clickertraining.ch//shop and you will find the link there. Otherwise, it's pretty invisible for now. That's it. I will go back live in 5 minutes when I have my cucumber ready, and I'll show you how it's done. Thank you very much for watching and being here. I'd love to if you say hi or leave a comment. And see you next time. Happy horse training.